Would you like to know how to land a date from your next visit to the grocery store? But do you often feel like when you're speaking to women, it's almost like you have this feeling like, I want to get out of here as soon as possible? Even if you're able to start the conversation, you feel like you're almost in boiling water and you're just looking for reasons and ways to get out of the conversation really quickly. So, in today's episode, I'm going to show you in Infield Thursday breakdown video of how when you're just going about your daily life at the grocery store, you see a cute girl, you guys make eye contact, there's that invitation where like, hey, this could go somewhere. How to then turn that initial interest into a conversation that leads to a date. Okay, and I'm going to show you a very special texting secret at the end. So make sure you watch to the end to see my special texting secret. How to make sure that the girl doesn't flake on you and how you get the date. Okay, so let's play this clip and I'm going to break it down for you. I was gonna say, you definitely look like more of a strawberry kind of girl.
No.
No? Or pineapple.
Pineapple.
You're stocking
For
up
the
like
diet.
yeah, for the diet.
Yes.
What do you mean? What kind of diet? Okay, so we 20 seconds in here. I just go with something more observational. She's standing there staring at the fruit. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, she's kind of looking at these things and I'm like, you definitely look like more of a strawberry kind of girl. It's not asking a question, it's saying a statement. So I'm starting the conversation with value. She's kind of giggling a little bit and then she gives me a clue. Most guys are so stuck in their head that they can't even listen to what the girl's saying. She's like, no, I'm getting pineapple for the diet. Now, most guys are like, what's the next thing I got to say? But now I'm curious. She says pineapple. She says diet. And now I ask, wait, what do you mean? What kind of diet? I'm actually being present in the conversation and listening to what she's actually saying. Shocking concept, I know.
Pineapple diet.
Pineapple diet.
Of course.
Okay, now I'm finding this interesting. Before I carry on with my shopping, how long have you been eating pineapples for?
It's my first day.
It's your first day. And you're going to go for at least 2 months, I bet, hey? How long are you going to eat them for?
I don't know.
Just tonight.
Yeah.
And then your
Go to
banana.
try. I always start some diet, but
You sound like you have a bit of an accent. Okay, so this is really interesting as well. I have a balance in a conversation. A conversation isn't just one thing. Like in one stand, I'm showing interest. I'm like, how long is this diet? But I don't know if she just made it up because she's like, I don't know. And then I was kind of like, oh, you're going to finish it tonight. And then she starts talking about stuff. So it's that balance between at some points, I want to open up the conversation like, oh, what do you mean by diet? Tell me more about that. I'm showing interest in what's going on. And then in other points of the conversation, I'm showing leadership by cutting a conversational thread and starting a new one. So she's starting to talk about diets and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I don't want it to be a platonic, generic conversation. So she's like, yeah, this diet, that diet. I'm like, wait, sounds like you have a bit of an accent. So here I'm being quote unquote rude by just interrupting her and starting a new conversation. So it's that balance between listening and like finding out more and then also like leading the conversation and not being afraid to interrupt her, cut her off, and create a new conversational topic. Let me guess, not Russian.
No.
Sounds more like Dutch.
Oh, wait.
What?
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Don't lie to me. Like, if you're not from Slovakia, you can just say so.
Slovakia.
I've never actually met someone from Slovakia before.
Where are you from?
You take. So even like these little comments, it's like, I'm from Slovakia. Like I genuinely found that interesting because I've never met someone from Slovakia. So I'm like, don't lie to me. So that can sound like a little bit harsh. Like, what do you mean don't lie to you? But it's just kind of like, are you fucking with me? You know, like, are you being for real? But it's kind of got that sharpness and that piercingness. You'll see here, my outfit is like a fucking $10 vest with some slops. And I always get guys in the comments, oh, you should eat more, go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the main thing that the woman looks at. I know so many jack guys that are such pussies, they can't even go up and talk to women. And when they're in a conversation with the woman, they're intimidated, they're all over the place. So even though I'm a skinny guy, I weigh like 62 kgs. I'm not sure how much that is in pounds. I'm pretty short. I'm like, I think 175 in centimeters. You can Google it to convert it to your metrics. But I'm piercing her with the conversation. That's where the penetration is happening. Don't lie to me, you know, boom, 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 cutting the conversational threads. I'm full in confidence here. I'm not intimidated. I'm not worried about her. You can be the most jack rip guy out there, but if you're all nervous and you don't know what to say and you're freaking out, the girl picks up on that way more than how jacked you are. So all good things. Hit the gym, go look jacked, but have the confidence to back it up. Otherwise, you get in this weird place where you look like this uber confident guy, but deep down, you know that you chicken shit scared of everything, of women especially.
Take a guess.
Oh, impossible.
Take a guess. I thought you were cute, but I thought you. Are you fucking kidding me? Just when I thought you were cool, I'm like, oh my gosh, this chick's so lame, actually.
Oh no.
I'm from South Africa. Have you even heard of South Africa before?
No.
It's okay, you look very young, so I completely understand. Must be.
Okay, so now I'm kind of like teasing her a little bit. I don't know if she was being genuine, but she's like, don't know where South Africa is. I'm like, oh, it's because you're so young. And before something like that, I was saying like, I said, where do you think I'm from? And she's like, I think she said Russia. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Again, it's just got that little bit of sharpness. It's got that little bit of edge to the conversation. And I told her, oh, just when I thought you were cute, you had to go say something lame like that. Would a guy who gets friend zoned, would he say something like that? No. Do I look like a guy who's intimidated by her? No. Do I look comfortable in my own skin? Like I'm the element, I'm the leader of the conversation? 100% yes. That's what matters, and that's what's going on here in this dynamic. So look out the words and what I'm saying, but also look at the deeper, subtle dynamics at play here.
21.
No.
How old?
29.
Liar. She's such a liar. First she lied about the pineapple diet, now about being 29. Like, when are you actually gonna... Let's try the honest question. What's your name?
Martina. Yours?
Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
I'd shake your hand, but I'm scared that you got some
no.
crazy disease from Slovakia.
Where is your mask?
I don't want to hide my beautiful smile from the world, so I said no to any other mask. I actually got a...
Yeah, I've just got this composure, you know. She's like, where's your mask? And I'm like, I didn't want to hide my beautiful smile from the world. How can I do that? Because I'm calm and relaxed. I'm tapped into my core confidence. I'm contained, as they say. So that allows me to be witty. When you're calm and comfortable, you have access to your witty ideas in your head. When you're freaking out and nervous, your mind contracts, and it's almost like I can't think of anything to say, but it's like the emotional state when you're calm and relaxed opens up what you have access to. When you're all freaking out and anxious, your mind shuts down and it feels like you don't know what to say. But that's a lot coming from your level of confidence being high or being low. So it's important to consider that, to remember that.
Carry on shopping in a second, but how long have you been in Bali for?
From 12th of March, so 2 months.
Okay.
Staying more month.
Can you go back if you want?
Yeah, the problem is that I was heading to Australia, and the borders were closed, so I just didn't want to go back.
Okay, I'm kind of curious. We've got a Slovakian in Bali who eats pineapples. She's super cute, and she's trying to head to Australia. What the fuck's going on
I
here?
have been living in Spain for 11 years, so.
You look more Spanish than anything else, I have to say that.
Like bigger, not
Yeah?
Russian.
Yeah? So why Australia?
Sorry, I just can't breathe now.
You wanted to share your beautiful smile also, I understand.
See, so I'm just misinterpreting what she's doing. She then takes her mask off as well. And I'm like, oh, you just wanted to share your beautiful smile as well. What have we really spoken about in these 3 minutes? Nothing crazy. I've spoken about where I'm from, where she's from, how old she is, what fucking pineapples and stuff she likes to eat. But it's nothing crazy, but the attraction is being created. The dynamic is set. The frame is right. So guys, and hopefully you've got some cool little suggestions or strategies from what you heard, but the deeper game is at play. Look at me, I'm just some fucking skinny little blonde kid, yet the dynamic is ingrained. It's going beyond what you're seeing on the surface, and hopefully you're catching some of that. So I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm probably not going to play all of it.
Well, Australia.
Yeah. Like, what do you do? Are you like a student or like a... You need a change. Let me guess, you went through a breakup. Alright, it's fine. It's fine.
Life crisis.
Life crisis. But at your young age and innocentness,
Young
like,
age.
you shouldn't be...
It's not young age.
It's too young for
Have
me.
your life like...
This is also important here. She's like, yeah, I was going to Australia, I needed a change. So like if your mind switched on, woman, like you need to be a little bit like Sherlock Holmes in your interactions at times, because you need to be able to read between the lines. Women don't just give you all the answers easy on the surface. So when she says, oh, I needed a change, well, why do a lot of girls end up in Bali? Because they needed a change. They normally went through a breakup back home and they just want to go out and travel and see different places in the world. So I clue up on that. She's like, yeah, I need a change. I'm like, let me guess, you went through a breakup. And then she starts laughing because she knows it's true. So don't always take things at the surface level. Oh, you needed a change. Me too. I also needed a change. That reminds me of this time in my life where you're only thinking about you. Put your attention on the woman and it'll give you clues. Look beneath the surface. Be Sherlock Holmes. He doesn't just be like, oh, that guy's got a hole in his coat. Cool, he should fix that. It's like, no, he had a hole in his coat. Was he the one who jumped over the fence? And that was the piece of cotton that I saw the other day. You need to be a bit of a detective. You need to be a little bit Sherlock Holmes in your interactions with women. It's very attractive. The woman's like, wow, this guy's really seeing me, you know? He's not buying the surface level presentation I'm putting on. He's actually going deeper, and that's what reduces your flake rates in a big way. So as I said, I'm not going to play this whole thing. I'll show you the kind of end number close that goes down, and then we'll wrap it up.
It is random, hey?
Yes.
But it'd be cool to grab a smoothie with you sometime or something like that. Is that something? Yeah? Yeah? You like it? Do you know any cool places around here?
I don't know, but yeah, maybe.
Do you know a place called Bali Buddha?
I have never been there.
But you've heard of it?
Heard about it, yeah.
Heard about it.
Never been there.
Okay, we should go grab a smoothie there.
Okay, sounds good.
As long as you promise not to kidnap me back to Slovakia, because my mom will actually get worried. Yeah? We can do that?
Okay.
But
You need my contact or...
This is really good. I'm like talking about the plans before I'm going for the number. It's like, hey, I know this is a bit random, but you seem cool. We should go grab a smoothie sometime. She's kind of like, yeah, okay. And I like try crack a bit of a joke, like, just don't kidnap me back to Slovakia because my mom will get worried. But I'm like, I'm going around it. And then she's the one who suggests. She's like, oh, do you need my contact or something? So she offers up her number or Instagram or whatever it is. But I'm not, the number or the Instagram isn't the goal. It's me meeting up with her on a date for a smoothie, for a coffee, for a drink. That's the goal. And the number is a step to get there. Most guys prioritize the number in the Instagram, where I'm prioritizing the next meetup, and the number or the Instagram is just a way to get there. So that's a really important distinction to keep in mind.
yes, do you have like Instagram or something?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
But I don't have internet here.
Okay.
But you can...
Would you like to go for a smoothie?
Yeah, of course, for a call, why not?
So it's interesting, if you watch last week's episode where my client from India gets a date with a Hollywood actress, go check that out on my timeline. It's there as well. He also does the same thing at the end where I was like, oh, well, would you like to go get a smoothie? And guys could be like, oh, isn't that try hard? You know, why are you asking her? Like, oh, that's such a weak move. But it depends where it's coming from. Because if you're like, hey, I'm a guy who values my time, you seem cool, but I only want to get win-win situations. Like, I'd like to see you again. Would you like to see me as well? then when the girl's like, yeah, of course, as she says now, she verbalizes it, which makes the flake rate come down. Versus if you're just like, hey, nice to meet you, let me grab your number. She's like, cool, like, yeah, see you around for a drink. And then the girl doesn't respond to you and you don't know why. So watch what I do here. I said, would you like to see me again? She says, yes. Now, you don't always have to do this, but I take it a step further even. Let me show you.
Right here.
Sure.
It's also funny watching this guy, like in this whole clip, like people are just going around, because when you can do this, like you don't have to go stand around a mall for hours, but when you can just go about your life in the grocery store and you just see a cute girl, strike up a cool conversation, get her number, see her on a date, like you've like broken the matrix, you know, like this guy's just doing his shopping and people like look at you like, what's going on here? You know, even though they're in the same shop, they're in the same city, me and that man don't live in the same reality. In my reality, I see a cute girl, I can go up, start a conversation, get her on a date. In his reality, I don't know what's going on. It's excuses. I'm busy. She's busy. She looks like she has a boyfriend, whatever. I mean, how many guys are actually shooting their shot because they don't have the confidence, they don't have a game plan to do it. And that's what I teach guys how to do in the Brotherhood.
Sorry. New one.
Sure.
Thank you.
Do you even know my name? I don't know your name.
Martina.
I'm Daniel.
Ah, you told me, Daniel.
And you also told me earlier. We're so bad. We're so bad.
My memory is very bad.
Okay, I know, as I said, this is super random.
Uh-huh.
And you just met me. Even though you just met me, I want to know one thing that you like about me.
You look like really polite person, and I like your eyes.
Okay.
And
See, I'm telling her, like, give me a reason why you want to see me again. What did you like about this conversation? It's like, you seem like a polite person. She's like, I really like your eyes. Sometimes they'll just give you like a generic thing, like, oh, you seem funny or something like that. And sometimes they'll be specific. I like the eyes comment, but see, I'm almost like not won over by that. I'm not like, oh, wow, that's cool. I really like you too. I'm like leave a pause, like, and then she's trying to come up with more reasons. Her mind is thinking like, oh, those answers, maybe they weren't good enough. I need to do more, which is good. Like she's winning over your attention. You're not just handing it over to her on a silver platter.
for now.
Fine, just be like
And your
that.
questions
okay.
are cool also.
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite weird, like especially for my line of work. I don't.
See, even when she says, yeah, like, oh, and your questions are cool as well. See, the questions are very specific. They're tailored to what we spoke about in the conversation. It's not just generic, hey, how you doing? What do you do for work? When she's like, I really like your questions, to me, I understand it's like, I really like how you went below the surface. You were actually interested in me, not just some random chit chat to try get my Instagram and then run off.
I don't like to do boring things, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And when I meet someone, it's like, oh, lots of people, they're always talking on the surface, like, oh, how you doing? Okay, bye. But like, it's cool to get to know someone on a deeper level. Like, if you were a boring person, I would have just walked away from you. But like, I don't know, you seem quite interesting. Okay, so you're gonna message me on Instagram.
I will.
What's today? What is today?
Today is Sunday.
Jeez, like almost
We're
forgot.
lost.
Okay, Sunday. Let's say Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday.
Perfect. Tuesday.
I'm working in the day, but like 6 o'clock.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna meet for a smoothie.
Yes.
What day?
Tuesday.
Where?
6 o'clock.
Where at?
Where?
Yeah.
In Bali. Buddha Bali.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so now I'm just reconfirming the plans. This sometimes seems a little bit silly, and I can totally understand how people see it, but when people verbalize things, they're much more to follow through. So if I say, hey, let's go grab a lunch sometime, you're like, cool, like the chances of that actually happening are relatively small. It's like bumping into an old friend from high school that you're not that close with. He's like, hey, we should meet up. You're like, yeah, totally, but you never do it. But then if he says, hey, let's meet up, What day are you free next week? Wednesday. Okay, cool. Let's do Wednesday at 1 p.m. Do you know this restaurant called Starbucks or whatever? Now I'm like, this is a real plan. This guy's going to be there on Wednesday at 1 p.m. If I agree to it now, I'm committing to it. So it's good to get women to do that when you're speaking to him, not just like, hey, I'll text you sometime. But if the interaction's gone well enough, like this one has, just a quick 10-minute conversation, now it's like I confirm the plans. And when she says it, it makes the flake rate a lot less.
Yes. I'm like probably get like a strawberry smoothie. I like those.
Okay,
And
I
you?
like mango
Mango.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna get a mango smoothie.
and a strawberry.
I'm gonna get a strawberry smoothie. It's gonna be
Okay.
super romantic, but can't fall in love with me, okay? We only just met.
You're funny.
Okay, so even there, it's like I'm using like future projection and imagery. I say, oh, I'm gonna get a strawberry smoothie, I think I say. And then she's like, I'm like, what one are you gonna get? She's like, mango. There's like taste associated with that. There's color. So I'm like actually painting the picture of what it's gonna look like when we meet up. Okay, that's very important to do.
Get out, bro.
The super impressive texting over here, like I said, this is the super crazy texting. Boom. No texting needed. When your interactions are good, when you have good confidence, when you have a bit of a framework or a game plan to follow, there is no texting needed. This is what I've done for years. For so long, I thought my text game was always the issue. I'd like get these numbers and I'd be like, this girl doesn't ever respond to me. My text game sucks. I need to improve my texting. What I didn't realize, it was just my interactions sucked. I didn't know how to set the frame. I didn't make it man to woman. I didn't know how to set it up so it don't flake. So I posted so many screenshots like this, but this one was from years ago. Hey, it was cool meeting you tonight, little one. See you tomorrow at 5. Yep, we'll see you there. And again, that's exactly what this one looks like, because that's just how things happen when you run a good interaction. You don't need to do all those other million different things. Okay, so nothing fancy, nothing crazy about what I did. I'm not special. I'm just some fucking guy who used to have a lot of limiting beliefs, thinking he was ugly and scrawny and all these types of things. But you can make things happen. You can improve your confidence and you can learn how to just go on dates with girls you see at the grocery store. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Let me know down below your takeaways, any questions or comments. We do these every single week inside the Brotherhood, where I break down students' interactions. I do private breakdowns of my own. So yeah, that's definitely the place to be. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.